This video is to show you some isolation techniques that you can practice at home on your mannequin and eventually apply to your application that you'll be doing on your models and clients. The most important thing with isolation is that we're ensuring that only one lash is in between the tweezers. So when you isolate, approach from behind the eye and just slightly open your tweezer just a little bit, enough for one lash to get through. Then just let your tweezer open and touch down on the iPad gently. Make sure that there's enough space created on both sides of the eyelash and that you can see the lash fully from the root to the tip. That's really important, and that nothing else is touching that lash. Okay, so that's one traditional method of isolation. Another method is using your dominant hand to assist you with isolation. By that, you would turn your tweezer around and use it to find the lash that you would like to apply an extension to and help your non-dominant hand, which is your isolation hand, find that lash. So again, I'm using my dominant hand to assist my non-dominant hand find the lash that I would like to apply an extension to, and use my placement tweezer to hold open the lashes, and that will allow me an easier time setting my isolation tweezer in between. So that's a good time saving method, using both tweezers. Okay, so again, I've flipped my tweezer, find the lash, isolate, flip the tweezer back over, and then I can now pick up my lash and dip and then place. Okay, that's another way. Another really nice way of isolating, especially inner and outer corners, is using the pullback method. So the pullback method is when you would just open like a curtain and expose the lash that you wanted to apply an extension to, as long as nothing's touching on the other side. So that's kind of an easier way for you to get to those more challenging inner and outer corners. Just pull back and hold. And then you can dip in place. Okay, so there's lots of different ways to isolate. Most important is that you're making sure that multiple lashes are not getting clumped together. So practice each of these methods. And you'll vary them depending on what part of the eye you are working on. Don't be afraid to touch down on the iPad. That will help to steady your hand. Most every lash artist, when first learning, is shaky, and that's really normal. So find ways to stabilize your hand. Place the tweezer on the iPad. Make sure that your hand is resting on the client's face. If you need to stabilize your fingers, if you need to touch their nose or their cheek to stabilize your hand, that's just fine.